Hello everyone. I know this is a very long overdue video blog. I do apologize. So here it is. I've recently gone to the airport and I've gone through the international terminal, and those of you who know me know where the story is going. I've gone to the international terminal at Los Angeles International Airport and started walking around speaking Japanese to people, making sure that they wouldn't understand what I was saying. Um, this is sort of a game that I play with myself and with other people once in a while. I go up to them and I ask them various questions such as where's the washroom, do you own a cat, things like that, what color is your door, and they have no idea what I'm trying to say. And I repeat myself very slowly and very loudly in Japanese, and with various hand gestures, door, washroom, whatever. And when they say that they really don't understand what I'm trying to say, I ask them in plain English, it really doesn't work in any language, does it? And I express to them that I'm doing an experiment, that I'm not just trying to take the piss out of people. And one of these days I'm expecting to get my ass kicked. But until that day comes, this is actually pretty fun for me. The reason why I do this is not for cultural, comparisons, not to belittle other people, but it's more so to analyze people's paradigms and their perceptions. Now, I know a lot of people are thinking paradigms and perceptions, this has nothing to do with what you're talking about. Actually, my focus is on how we interpret the world, and we automatically assume that the people that we encounter share the similar set of interpretations that we have, so that when we try to explain something to someone in the way that we would understand it best, we're lost as to why the person we're speaking to doesn't understand. We have a tendency, or at least I have a tendency, to impose my principles and my paradigm lens on other people. Let's say if I were to encounter an engineer and I'm supposed to explain a certain concept in literary anthropology, which is what I studied in college, I would explain something to him along the lines of a literary anthropologist. Now, this person being an engineer is probably either by nature or by trade or by education very linear thinking, and he's going to have a great deal of difficulty understanding my paradigm comparison between the Inuit and the Maori people in Australia. So it doesn't seem to make sense to me that in any circumstance, when we encounter other people and we're trying to explain something, that we explain our point in terms that we would understand, giving the other person's perceptions absolutely no consideration. The reason for this is, for me personally, I believe, is that because we are all self-centered. We all love each other, but not nearly as much as we love ourselves. It's said that a man loves his own name 100 times more than your problems, and which is true. It is true, and it's a conscious decision to subordinate our self-centeredness for the sake of having interest in other people. My trip to the airport, every time I go, I learn something new about people, and I get closer and closer to the ass-kicking day. But until that day comes, I'm going to continue to do this, and it's really interesting how people respond. Not many people get offended, though I have offended a few people. Um, but they seem to understand, and I actually am very successful in striking up conversations with these people and getting their feedback. One gentleman was able to tell me that he had always thought the same thing, and he had never understood why it was so reflexive for people to do the speak slow and loud method to get someone else to understand. Now, with the proper gestures, I suppose, with a simple enough question, the message could be conveyed. And now that steps on to a whole other topic of, the subconscious and the origins of language and communication, and how everybody understands this to be whatever due to cultural, conditioning or otherwise. But it's always interesting to hear what other people have to say, and this gentleman said that he had wondered about the same thing, and he always wondered what it was in our human psychologies that promoted this sort of speech when we're trying to get someone to understand. Is it an automatic reference to a person's potential ignorance or stupidity? Or is it out of courtesy that we slow our speech and we speak louder? I'm not really sure what the heightened volume has to do with anything, but speaking slower I can understand. My own mother doesn't speak English all that well, and I have to slow down. And native English speakers have told me to slow down as well. So I understand the speed. I don't understand the volume. I haven't really thought this through exactly. It's just a really curious topic that I bring up with various people now and then, and I figured now that YouTube is up and running, I might as well use this and get the feedback from the people who bother to listen to this thing. So the question is, when people don't understand what a person is trying to say, why is it that we explain things in a sense that would have our understandings in mind, that we would understand our point better if it were explained this way versus taking the other person's paradigm and perceptions into consideration? So why do we need to focus so much on ourselves when in a conversation our main goal is, or at least should be, to get the other person to understand? Thus our focus should be on that person and how that person receives and interprets information. So not too in-depth tonight. It's pretty late and I'm on my way out, so everybody have a great weekend and a happy Halloween. Take care, bye-bye.